Hey YouTube, it's JP Dillon. Today we're looking at a early 1950s Pacific Mercury Television Company model 080 clock radio. I have not found much about this. This is something I picked up at a church rummage sale. Got some oxidation on the bakelite knob there and no back, but it does have a schematic diagram underneath here, which if I orient this correctly, we see Pacific Mercury 080, a Pacific Mercury Television Manufacturing Company. Hard to see where it is in California, but it's in California. It's a very much a city radio. This is only got 4 tubes in it. It's got a rectifier, it's got an output tube, it's got a detector, and it's got a AF RF amp. The clock does not work. So I'm going to see if I can at least make it play tunes. Maybe we'll work on getting the clock unstuck, but if we plug it in, it has the classic symptoms of a machine with bad filters. You can see the clock does not move. But give it a moment here. Tubes are lighting up. And there we go. Nice big filter hum there for you. And I can't get the clock to shut off because the switch is stuck. So that's kind of annoying. But it doesn't look like it's too much of a chore to take apart. Let me get some equal distribution under this tuning knob and pull it out, and then we'll yank the chassis. I just realized it has Pacific Mercury inscribed into the knob here. It's hard to see with the oxidation, but it's there. That's kind of cool. And someone's obviously been in here before because these look like fresh screws, but, you know, it says a tag on it in 1993, but for what? So here's our tiny little radio chassis. Clean speaker with no noise. Oh yeah, it's got one of those paper jobbers in there. But that heat shrink looks new. So let me get this straight. In 1993, some dude went in here and replaced the electrolytics with like this crappy thing from the 60s. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. So, yeah. And this is just kind of glued in here, so that's cool. Alright, so basically we're going to put some new caps in here and fire this thing up and see what it does after capacitor replacement. And then if it shows signs of being worthy to mess with, we'll change out the bumblebees and stuff too. I noticed that this IF can back here, the strap here is loose, so hopefully, since this is one of those ones that gets silver mica disease, that's not messed up either. I also noticed that shiny new, or newer, output transformer there with the new leads that go down here. So that could have been a problem that this thing had too, was a bad output transformer. But I just go like, why would you replace the capacitors with this? That's just, yeah. Alright, so let's get some new caps in. Okay, so here's my cool little terminal strip. And I've got my cathode, which is 20 microfarad at 25 volts, ground, and a 40 and a 30, which I'm just going to use 2 40s on. And then that should give us a decent amount of filters. So let's pop them in there. Alrighty, so here they are. We've got a terminal strip here, and they're all soldered in. All the polarities are correct. So let's see what it does now that we've got some fresh filters in it. Alright, let's go ahead and give it some power. See if it blows up. Filaments are coming around. I don't expect this to do a whole lot. I think we kind of need an antenna for this one. That was probably what was missing on the back. There was a racetrack of some kind. Yep, me being an antenna makes it work, so let's see here. Alright, let's see if we can come up with some contraption to make this work. I do have one of those crappy 80s loop antennas. I don't think this is going to do a whole lot, but we can give it a shot. He says dropping everything he needs on the ground. See, it has a plug on it, so I'm going to cut that off. It's okay, I don't have the machine it went to anyway, so it's just extra scrap in the bin. Let me strip off some wire. Strip off some other wire. Alright, so we got 2 bare leads now. Let's see if this contributes to anything here. So far not. See if I can attach it to anything. Yeah, it's missing the reactance of whatever that antenna was. We can see about putting a big old long wire on it and retuning the front end and see if that helps us at all. Let me get a long piece of wire. I've got a long wire attached to it, but that really isn't doing it much good either. Yeah, so with me adding the capacitance to the circuit, it does in fact work. But without having that tuning element, ain't gonna do much for us. But it is capable of working. That much I know. But it's only going to pick up the strongest things here.
Is first in the nation. It is not the last in the nation. This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go.
That's a difference, isn't it?
And the next one is my sweet state of South Carolina.
It's got silver mica disease. You can hear it crackling out now. So that my suspicion about that was correct. So it might be that it's, possible of working with a mediocre antenna, but not with that silver mica disease in there. Yeah, it just keeps fading in and out and crackling.
Trump is going to be the nominee, and I'm not talking about.
Now, I don't really have a particular fondness for this. It was kind of a whatever.
Trump can be kept off the ballots, right? I'm not talking about a highly implausible but very
Yeah.
control herself. beating. She does not have in personal. And in South Carolina in particular.
Yeah, pretty much if I let go of that, it just stops working. Alright, so this thing's kind of a basket case. And although it does work, I don't have a particular fondness for it, so I think it needs to go to somebody who'll at least fix it up and make it nice. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little mini video, and more stuff to come on the TV.